Hey guys, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some tips for what to look for with a holistic life coach. There's a lot of people out there doing this now, and there's a lot of really good people doing it,
Awesome
and they
people, yeah.
provide a ton of help and assistance to people in shifting their mindset and moving through transition, through change, and helping them
Achieve goals and set goals. Yeah.
and really like improve their their life, live their best life. That's really kind of the point. What we wanted to talk about is what are some things that you should look for with a holistic life coach that are important to kind of help you get where you want to go and be really
Help you not spend your money.
that's
in
not
a
providing
way
you
that's
value.
not going to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right.
So, kind of some basic things for starters is people talk a lot about accountability. Nobody can hold you accountable
Except for you.
except for you.
And if somebody tells you differently, that they are, part of their coaching is to hold you accountable, short of if you decide that you're not gonna, fully commit, they're gonna show up at your house, drag you out of bed, toss you in the shower, and really make you do it, which that's basically kidnapping. So that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. So
But-
avoid those situations.
Avoid the kidnappers. But it's one of those things where if someone promises you that they can hold you accountable,
They can't.
nobody can hold you accountable except for you.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing to be cognizant of, is you have to want it, and a good coach should help you hold yourself accountable and be there to support you and guide you and provide you with insights, but not hold you accountable.
A great coach should be able to have the best questions, not the best answers, because the answers are inside you.
Yeah.
And
Self-discovery.
it's about helping pull that information out of you. So
Right.
they're accountable. A coach, we're coaches, we're accountable to make sure that we're asking pertinent questions and that we're following up and that we're doing the things that we agree to in that support role, in that coaching role, versus directly holding you accountable, so that you in fact do want to hold yourself accountable.
Right.
So to do that, one of the ways to do that is to have a coaching agreement that clearly outlines what
The roles and responsibilities are.
100%, and so that you have sort of a jumping off point, for lack of a better phrase, that you can go back to and say, okay, like we're maybe off track a little bit here, or I didn't achieve what I expected to in the last 2 weeks. Like, did we live up to our end of the bargain? Did you live up to your end of the bargain? Like, what are the things that went on there? So a coaching agreement will really provide some guidance and support and structure.
A good outline as to what you can expect and
Yeah.
what you should expect and what you should get based on what you signed up for.
Yeah, so that's kind of tip number one: accountability in a coaching agreement. You should look for somebody that has been around and has done some things in their lives. I mean, there's a lot of holistic life coaches that, this isn't about poo-pooing on what other people do.
It's about you finding the best coach for you. So
exactly.
if you're trying to achieve certain goals, you should look at finding a coach that fits those goals.
Yeah.
If you're looking for, someone who is going to help you with your career goals, finding a coach who has done some things in their career that maybe aligns, or has moved from the bottom up the ranks, if you're looking to move up
Started
the
their
corporate
own
ladder,
business,
started their own company.
that just
Yeah.
basically has life experience and wisdom and knowledge that comes from
In the fields that you
from
wanna-
doing some shit.
Yeah.
Somebody that has gone to school, that's great.
Cool.
That's only part of the equation. Education behind this is important, and having experience is equally, if not more important.
Absolutely.
So some of the best motivational speakers out there don't have degrees. They're just super charismatic, but they've maybe been through some struggles in their lives where they can actually relate to people, and they can share their story that helps elevate people. So
Right.
it's just holistic is such a big word.
Massive.
And we focus on 7 or 8 aspects of life, that kind of those big buckets that really impact people, like finances, career, relationships, mindset.
Health and wellness.
The list goes on. But it's really holistic suggests that every aspect of your life is going to be touched on. So somebody
that's huge.
Yeah.
So to find someone who specializes in literally every aspect of life that could ever possibly happen is basically impossible, and that's why a good coach should also have great resources that they can source for you or provide to you, that it's like, well, if you're looking to really zone in on this, I would suggest you contact this person or this person, or I can get you in touch with this person or this person, because to be holistic, I mean, that's a hell of a list of assets for a coach to have, but what a good coach should have is support to provide to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's kind of tip number 2, is really look into what is it that you're trying to accomplish, what are all of the aspects of your life that you're trying to elevate, and is there experience, is there background in some of these different areas, and if not, do they have those resources to refer, like a fitness trainer or professional? Life coaching is not therapy, it's not mental wellness. Mental wellness.
Yeah. I mean,
it might
mental
be mental
wellness, but it's not dealing with mental illness.
Yeah.
There are specific resources for that. It's not dealing with, if there's certain physical aspects that you need to see a physician for, that's out of scope, and a good coach should direct you in the proper way for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Beyond that, it's making a connection. It's having, somebody that is relatable to you and that you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Being able to start off a conversation with them and feel comfortable that there's, some rapport and everything there, versus just going and working with a group that says, well, we do all these things, we profess, anybody that claims that they've got the science or the quick fix behind something, that's bullshit. It's bullshit.
The science behind giving you the absolute perfect life as an individual within a group in 3 easy steps, bullshit.
Sure.
Bullshit.
There's some strategies and some
sure things that touch points on a general level, but it doesn't look at the individual, and everybody is unique.
Yeah, and those things can help. And whether they're proven or not, they don't apply. There's not a one size fits all for people. So, trying to buy something out of the box.
Yeah, there's tops that are one size fit all, but they look like shit on 99%.
But they don't fit all. They fit some.
They fit on top of you, but it ain't good.
10% of the time. So that's something again to really be mindful of, is if there's a science or a program or a really rigorous, structured thing, follow these steps. If it was that easy, everybody would have done it already, and everybody would have just gone on their merry way, and that's that. So life coaching is your life, our lives. They're organic. They're dynamic,
and it's super personal.
Yeah,
it's really, really personal, and it's really individual, because it's about you as an individual, and you're not the same as the next person, who's not the same as the next person, who's not the same as you, who's not the same as me. So it should be really personal, and it should be extremely tailored to who you are as an individual, the experiences you had, the education you have, your beliefs, your values, your goals, and it should follow you personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourthly, in no particular order, if you're trying to determine whether or not working with a coach is valuable,
right.
There's a pile of people out there, a pile of industries out there that work. Sports is a great one that comes to mind. I mean, they work with coaches all the time, a multitude of coaches.
Yeah.
Sports teams don't have just one coach. They have a plethora of coaches with all different areas of expertise. So, professional athletes even are working to elevate their game to just get that much better all the time. So I've talked with business people who say that, they wouldn't be where they are today if it wasn't for working with a business coach and a life coach, and to help them in these different aspects, because they're not
working
experts.
With 2 life coaches,
Yeah.
because 2 or 3 life coaches at a time, because different perspective, different skill set from each coach. You know, they're getting different information from each one,
Yeah.
and they're growing in different ways from each one. So
something to consider is, you know, if you're trying to figure out, like, is it worth it? Like, you know, do I want to spend my money on that? Well, really, you have to decide is a couple things. Is you can do it on your own. You can go and you can read up on social media, and you can listen to different things, but those aren't contextualized to your unique situation. And then you can also go and take you know, some self-help courses and whatever. But again, you don't have a feedback loop. You don't have somebody.
you can get apps.
You can get apps.
You can get an app.
There's apps.
There are,
but there's
apps.
no relationship there. So those things, they're great tools, but they don't replace, you know, what a person can provide, what a coach can provide. Yeah. And as far as, you know, the money spent on it, people spend money on all kinds of things all the time. You know, eating out or getting that latte every morning for $5. You know, and when you start to look at what's the value that those things are providing you, it's up to you to decide, do I want to continue to do things the hard way, or do I want to make an investment in myself so that I can make it easier on myself, get some objectivity, get some outside perspective that I'm not maybe getting myself, and be able to see other aspects of my life elevate. And so now the money, you know, take a career enhancement for, you know, for example, you invest in yourself with a life coach and you find yourself promoted within 4 or 5 months because of some of the changes that you're able to make through those coaching services. And now all of a sudden you're making that much more money. So now you've covered the cost of the life coach, plus you're still making more money that you had before. Now you can invest that, you know, exactly. You're able to maybe travel more, do some different things because everything's elevating. So it's a matter of perspective. We're not saying that you have to rush out and get yourself a life coach, but what if you did? So,
well, and for people who haven't considered it, think about it.
Yeah.
It's something to consider, definitely.
Yeah. So, point is, do your research. Look for somebody that you can connect with. If you're concerned about whether there's value in it or not, talk to them. Ask some questions. Most places offer some free consultation, as do we, to see if it's a good fit and to see if it's something that's really...
Try somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, there's lots of other things we could discuss. We want to keep this tight. So, if you have any questions for us, shoot us a DM,
comments,
give us a call. You can find our website at www.bosslifestylist.com, and we'd love to hear from you, and even just your comments on some of the Facebook content, the things that you want to see from us.
Add a comment on our Facebook page, add a comment on our Instagram, send us a DM, however you want to do it. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Bye.